What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today I'm going to show you my ShineGreymon deck profile. Now this one is a long time coming for me personally because I've just really wanted to make it, but there were certain cards that were a little too expensive or other decks I would rather make instead, so this one always kind of took the back burner. But with the release of BT22 and the cool idea that I saw online, I said, yeah, I'll do it. Now starting off the deck list, we have our eggs, which is just 4 of the BT21 Coromons. When you suspend a red or yellow tamer, draw 1. Really fun. It's good. Then for the rookies, we have actually quite a bit of them, but you need them to like play out stuff. So we have 2 of the EX4 Agumons. Now it goes off of Coromon for free, and then if you have a red-yellow tamer, you gain a memory, so it just gives free memory. That's always a good thing there. Then we have 4 of the BT12 Agumon. It's a searcher that searches for a Greymon and a Marcus. Not or, and. So you can get up to 2 cards from that search. Then we have 4 of the BT21 Agumons. If your opponent has a level 6, or if you have 3 or more tamers with heroes in different names, he can go into a ShineGreymon. For a cost of 4 to ignore the evolution. You don't really see that part as much. You're going to see more if your opponent has a level 6. He can also join them in level 6 town. Now, the last 4 that is different from the other deck list that I saw online is 4 of the BT16 Agumon. Now, one thing that I think is really interesting, and I actually wrote this down because I need to remember this. The deck profile online that I saw ran the BT12 Agumon. This version, the black-red, and it's also a searcher, but it only searches for Greymon or Omnimon and a tamer with tie in its name. We don't run any ties, so that's already not going to happen, but in this deck, it can search about 23 cards, and that's basically everything champion up. So that's a good number, but I chose instead to pick this Agumon because it can search for 21 champion and up cards. And if you include the other rookies that it can grab, it actually goes up to 31 cards that it can search. And one other thing to keep in mind is that a lot of the GeoGreymons say that the Agumon has to have the dinosaur trait, which this guy has a reptile trait, so he does not get the cheaper evolution. And there's one that it can't even digivolve into. Whereas this one is a dinosaur trait, so he can definitely do that. And it's also yellow, which will come in handy in a second. So for the champion lineup, we have 3 of the BT12 GeoGreymons, 1 obligatory BT13 GeoGreymon, 3 of the BT17 GeoGreymon, and then we have 4 of the BT21 GeoGreymon. Now, if you look at the evolution for 1, 2, 3 of these, so these 3, it costs 3 to digivolve into them. But if you're an Agumon with dinosaur trait specifically, it's only 2, 2, and 2. This one's a little different just because it's just yellow and it's always just 2. Really cool, but this guy cannot digivolve from him at all. So he'd be locked out of that. And he's locked out of the cheaper evolution. Whereas this guy, he is a dinosaur and an Agumon, so he can go off of this one, this one, this one, and even this one. Next up for the ultimates, we have BT13 ShineGreymon, who's really good at giving you more Marcus Daemons. And then 4 of the new BT22 ShineGreymon. Now, it's when digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer tamers from your hand and without paying the cost, you may play 1 red or black tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less, or 1 tamer card with the CS trait. That will definitely come up later, but the CS trait is interesting in this deck, and there's actually some synergy we'll see in a minute. For the megas, we're running just 1 BT12 ShineGreymon, just 1 Shadow Seraphimon Ace, both really strong cards, but the star of the show, I think, are the 3 BT22 Alphamons. Now, the biggest thing that clinched it for me to make this deck was the fact that I pulled an alternate art one. That looks really cool. And this has an alternate DNA evolution from a tamer specifically. So that's, I think, very unique and interesting. And the way it plays along with this deck, I think, is commendable. Then for the level 7s, we're running 3 of the ShineGreymon Burst Mode Ace. It's really strong. It lets you play more tamers, and then it's when attacking allows you to go very aggro at probably near the end of the game, but finish it off. Then for the tamers, we're running 2 of the BT12 Marcuses, and then 4 of the BT21 Marcus. This is the hero one. Your opponent has Digimon +1. You get multiple of these out, +1, +1, +1, and then we'll see another card that also helps kind of facilitate that as well. But his on play allows you to suspend a Marcus, and if you suspend itself, if that's the only thing you have, you can do that. Then you use his ability, which gives one of your Digimon piercing and +3k, and then your opponent -3k. And then you can play some cool stuff. I know specifically works really well with the BT17 GeoGreymon, because when he attacks, you can just suspend something. So you would suspend him, which will activate his ability. And then if you have other stuff with inheritables out, it just kind of chains and just does a bunch of stuff. So this has actually been really fun to use with the deck. Then the last 3 cards are 3 tamers, which are Kyoko Kuremi. It's a memory setter. It's a little expensive, but all turns when any of your level 4 or higher CS trait Digimon are deleted by suspending this tamer, return 1 CS trait Digimon from your trash to the hand. So in this deck, the CS trait Digimon, you're going to be limited to ShineGreymons and the Alphamons. But those are really good ones because you're not running as many as the other ones. Rookies, ton of them. Champions, a lot of them, and then it kind of gradually goes down. So to be able to recycle them can really come in handy. Then she has a once per turn ability. When this tamer unsuspends, if you don't have an Alphamon, this tamer may Digivolve into Alphamon in the hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 2, which it does have a clause where if you have her, you can pay 5, but instead it would just be 3, which is pretty good because your started turn, you got 3 because she's a memory setter, and then you can pay that 3 to go right into Alphamon, and it has reboot and blocker, so it's really, really strong. So this thing really starts off as a ShineGreymon deck, but then kind of ends up as a ShineGreymon / Alphamon deck. Well, guys, that's it for my ShineGreymon deck profile. Do you have this deck? What does yours look like? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams with YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out.